Good afternoon. It's been one heck of a morning already. So today, this was really the first day that I found any listings for garage sales or yard sales in my area. I live in Chicago. It's still pretty chilly here. I think it's probably like mid 40s today, but some people listed some sales. I found some on Craigslist. I found some on garage or yard sale treasure map. And then the newest addition to the garage sale searching lineup is yard sale, what is it called? Garage Sale HQ. So why the app is called YSC is anybody's guess. Anyway, within these three different sources, Craigslist, Garage Sale HQ, and yard sale treasure map, I found 7 sales that I was interested in going to. Here in Chicago, you know, if something is 2 miles away, it's almost too far to go to. If it's 3 miles away, it's almost certainly too far to go to. Anyway, all of these sales are like 15 to 30 minutes away from each other. So I know I'm going to have a long day of driving from one sale to the other. What I didn't know was that most of these sales do not actually exist. So I don't know what the deal is with people listing garage sales and then just not hosting them. So of these 7 that I went to, 4 of them, there was nothing there. That's more than 50%, so that's not great. Well, actually, there were only 6 that were on my list, and then I found a 7th one on the way. So I went to only 3 out of 7 sales today. I'm pretty far away from home at this point. I'm probably like 40 minutes from home. There's no more sales here, and I don't want to waste my time going to more sales that, you know, you get there and there isn't even a garage. Some of these places don't even have homes. You know, I go to the address and there's just an empty building. So I don't know if people are putting fake sales in or what's going on, but one I went to was an apartment building. Nowhere where they could have a sale. Totally filled parking lot. No signs, no anything. I went to another one that was also in an apartment building, and I was just about to turn around and leave when I noticed a sign on the door that said open, come in, and I went in there. This is one of the few that I was able to go to. I went in there and it was scary. Like I thought I was maybe going to get kidnapped or something because it's just a sketchy handwritten note on a door that says come on in. So I went in there. There was just a woman in there taking pictures of her items, I guess probably listing them on Facebook Marketplace. And I would say she had 10 things for sale, maybe the most. So I was in there for less than 1 second before I turned around and left. The next one I went to was actually an estate sale, which wasn't really what I was looking for today, but that was they were actually open. So I went in there and I did find some few things, maybe 4 items that I think I'll be able to sell. Then I was going to the next one and I found a sale that was not on my list, but there was just a sign pointing down the street. Actually, there wasn't a sign pointing down the street. It's just a sign with an address, and then you have to type the address in and figure out where you're going. So my advice for signs, garage sale signs, don't even bother with the address. Just put an arrow. Put an arrow telling me where to turn. If it's just a sign on the street, I'm driving past it too fast to see the address, and I certainly won't have time to type it in or whatever if I'm driving. Let's see, what else? I guess that was it. Those are the 3 sales that I went to. I did get a camera at that one. I may regret it. It was only $5, and it's a old vintage Minolta film camera. It's probably worth about in working condition 80 to 120 or something like that, but I popped open the battery compartment. It looks pretty corroded, so it's probably gonna have to sell for parts or for repair. Maybe you get $30 for it, which is disappointing, but I only paid $5 for it. So anyway, I'm just rambling now, but my pieces of advice are: signs don't need too much information, just put an arrow. Continue to put arrows until it leads me directly to your house. If you're going to list a sale on any of these platforms, try actually being there. Open the door. That's it. If you're in the Chicago area, It's tough. These sales are tough. So I've been out since, I think I've been out for over 4 hours, and I ended up at 3 sales, probably got, I don't know, $65 worth of stuff to sell. So we need to have a big win here at this Salvation Army. So let's go in here, see if we can find something good, and then go home. It's been long enough. All right, here we go into the Salvation Army. This is one that I don't normally go to. I've been here, a handful of times, but it's pretty far from me. So I just happened to be this far away. The very last sale on my list was right by the Salvation Army, and of course that sale did not exist. So I decided to try to go to the Salvation Army and make something of this day instead of just wasting the whole day. But here's something I found. It's Boston pencil sharpener, an electric pencil sharpener, Boston brand. This very mid-century style, egg-shaped round. I think it's called Model 12 or Model 16 or something. I can't remember for sure. Anyway, I am searching for it here, and I do find some similar ones that sell for kind of a lot. Like there's a red one right there. I think it's probably the color that's making this one sell well. It's this one I think sold for $70. I don't think I'm gonna get that for mine. I paid I paid $4.56 for this one, and I don't think I can get 70 for it, but we'll do okay. I'll talk about actual prices and expected values at the end of this video. This thing, I'm not gonna buy this, but maybe I should have. I'm not sure. It's some kind of like a rehabilitation thing. Like cool, it makes cool water, I think, go through those pipes, and then it attaches to some kind of a brace that goes around your knee or wherever you're having an injury. It's cool therapy, cold therapy. This one doesn't have the brace part that wraps around the hurt part of your body, so I couldn't really be sure if it was going to be sellable, so I decided to leave it behind. But I think they had like $17 on it, or maybe it was $12.99. I can't really see it on the sticker there, but I thought it was just a little bit too expensive to take a risk on, because some of the ones that did have the parts, all of the parts were selling for like $100 to $150. At the end, I just decided I better leave that. That thing right there is like a shoe. It's like a form for building shoes around, like old time shoemakers, cobblers, or whatever would make a shoe around that. I think it's called a last. They call it a last. Couldn't find any. Like those things do sell, but that one was like formed into a sculpture. And I think it was from Home Goods. So I couldn't find any comps on it. I decided to leave it behind. Here's some pencils. These are, vintage pencils can be pretty valuable if you find the right ones. And these ones, again, I think are going to be okay, but it's kind of tough. It's Eagle brand. They're called turquoise drawing pencils. These are 2H kind of hard lead pencils. And this is tough to do research on because it's just called Eagle turquoise. And they also these are like wood pencils with lead down the middle. They also made ones that were like mechanical pencils. So they had the same name. So it's hard to figure out, but I think those are going to be okay. I'll probably make a little bit of money, and I was getting kind of desperate today to find something to sell. So we won't make much on those, but a little bit. And then this thing here is a some sort of a motion monitor for babies. I think you put it on the baby, and somehow it measures the motion of them breathing, and if it stops moving, then you know to rush in there and help them out. So I think that's going to be one of the winning items today. And then I'm following this lady right here in the red. She works there at Salvation Army, and she has a new item cart. And I saw something in her cart that I thought might be like the real winner today. So I don't want to be too aggressive here, but I see her putting it on the shelf, and I want to get it. I just don't want to, seem pushy or whatever. So I'm going to look at some of the other things that she puts down, and then I'm eventually going to grab that. She puts out quite a few things here, so I'll take a look at some of them. But I'm really looking for this Jim Shore piece right here. It's I think some of that Jim Shore stuff is very valuable. I couldn't tell this was Jim Shore, but I could see it's the Seven Dwarfs. So she puts down a few things, and now I feel like it's been long enough. I can step in there and grab this. So here it is, the Seven Dwarfs walking on the log. This is, Jim Shore makes a lot of this. I don't think it's ceramic. I think it's like acrylic or some kind of resin. He makes all this stuff, hand painted, Disney type stuff. Other stuff too, I guess. But I think selling, his biggest selling item is this Disney stuff. So let me get out of her way, and then I'm going to look this up, and it's going to be a pretty good one, fairly valuable. And this one makes this trip worthwhile. This one item, but I'm just picking up these 4 things today, so not a great, not a, like, I didn't fill up a whole cart or a whole bag. I just got 4 items, but we'll do okay on these 4 things, I think. So let's take a quick break, and then I'm going to turn the camera around and let you know about all these 4 items, how much I paid for them, and how much I think they're worth. So let's do that right now. Okay, so we saw me pick all this stuff up, just these 4 items. Not the best trip I've ever had to the Salvation Army, but I did find some other things at those garage sales. Well, camera at one garage sale, and then 4 or 5 things at an estate sale. So it's not going to be a total bust, but that was a long day of driving around with very little payoff. So let's look at these items and then decide if it was worth it going into this Salvation Army. First thing, this Boston. There's another brand that is associated with this, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, pretty cool vintage electric pencil sharpener. Oh, let's try it. Well, maybe I just don't, because I just cleaned it all out in here, so I'm going to leave it. Yeah, this one, unfortunately, is this sort of beige, boring color. They make it in yellow. I think I saw a green one, and that one was that bright reddish orange color that was really popular in the 60s and 70s. Anyway, I don't know what this is worth. It's not going to be as much as that red one for sure. Maybe, well, I paid $4.50 for it, and I think that I can list it for $35. So I was a little disappointed after seeing that red one. I think that one sold for $69 or $75 or something like that. I thought I might be able to get that much for it, but after bringing it home, doing a little bit more research, I see quite a few of these beige ones that have not sold. So we're going to hope for $35 on that. I could sharpen these pencils in there, these Eagle brand turquoise drawing pencils. They say this would have been a 12-pack, but there's like 10 in here, that's a shame. If all 12 were here, it'd probably be a little bit more valuable. They say chemi sealed on them. I have no idea what that means. 2H. I think later on, Barrel bought this brand, and some of those that's another thing that makes it complicated, is that there are the original Eagle ones, then there's Barrel Eagle ones. So figuring out a price can be a little bit difficult, but I think they're generally, for the original ones, which I think these are, around like $1 to $1.50 per pencil. I have 10 of them here. I paid $1 after tax, let's say $1.10, and I think I can get these sold for $15. We'll do $14.99 plus shipping on those. I wish those other 2 were there. There were 2 of these plain white ones in there, which are, nothing, just branded promotional pencils. Just put it in the drawer and save it, use it. This thing is called a Snooza Hero cordless portable movement monitor with vibration stimulus. I don't know what that means. Let's see what it says. Snooza portable baby movement monitors detect your baby's slightest and abdominal movements and alert you if all abdominal movement stops. Peace of mind wherever you and your baby go. This thing's a little bit old. Where did I see a date on it? I know I saw a date somewhere, and I thought it was 2006. It could have been 2012. Maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe there never was a date on here at all. But anyway, there are quite a few of these that sold in brand new packages for like $50. I paid $5 for this, and this box is pretty smashed up. So I'm going to put it a little bit lower, $45, and be happy if I can get that. That's not quite 10 times my cost of goods, but it's not too far away from that. So I'd be happy if I sold that for $45. And then finally, I saw this in that cart as the lady was walking by, putting it on the shelf. And I had a suspicion it was going to be decent. And it is. Walt Disney Showcase. Let's get some more light over here. Walt Disney Showcase Homeward Bound is the name of this. 2005 Jim Shore, licensed by UNESCO and made in China. So, yeah, here we've got the Seven Dwarfs. There was a piece of paper stuck on the bottom here with like poster tack and then taped over that had all of their names in order here. So Dopey, etc. Doc in the front, Grumpy here. I don't remember the rest. This must be Happy, Sleepy. What else do we have? One of them has to be Bashful. I can't remember the other one. But anyway, Seven Dwarfs. In the box, there's quite a few of these listed or sold that had the box included that sold for like $150. I mean, I don't know who's paying $150 for this kind of thing, but whatever. If they'll pay it, I'll take it. Obviously mine doesn't have the box, so we won't ask that much for it, but I will try to get 110. And I guess that makes the whole trip worth it. So I'm going to take pictures of all of these things right now, and let's do some quick math and see what the total profit from this one thrift store trip is. I paid $9 for this thing. I think it was $8.99, and it turns out to be pretty good. You know, $110. So the total I spent at Salvation Army, less than $20, $19.66. Add all this up, and we're looking at $205. Subtract that 20, and what are we at? Like $185, something like that. So it wasn't a wasted trip to go into that thrift store. Maybe the rest of the day was a waste, but that will remain to be seen once I add up the prices of all the stuff that I bought at those estate sales and garage sales. So stick around. That video is probably maybe that video is already published. I'm not sure. Maybe that video will be published tomorrow, looking at that stuff. I'm not sure. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow with more of this eBay nonsense. See you then.